So, you know, first step, you took templates and you realize that you have to templatize everything and walk on and stand and walk on, you know, stand on the shoulders of giants, walk on the, I love the quote, my memory's awful, so I'll go back and replay it. But then it moves into creating systems, because once you have all that, the next level of automation is systems, right?
Yeah. In my book, I'm looking through my book right now to refresh my memory. I have two types of businesses, which I mentioned in the book. One is an ELF business, and one is a half business. And ELF stands for easy, lucrative, and fun. So it's a business that you love to get up and work on. You really love the customers. You love the product. You love interacting with customers. You're making money hand over fist, and you feel great. A half business is one that you just kind of really feeling about. And there are different characteristics of an ELF business and a half business. And I think that you can transition from a half business, hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating business, to an ELF business. In fact, I think it's one of the best ways to do it. If you look at Tim Ferriss as an example, he had a business which was basically bleeding him dry, a supplement business. And then he realized that I could implement certain processes, I could implement systems, and find leverage points in this business. I could outsource certain things, and I could remove myself from the business. And that's where systems can really come into place. And I think to really get really good at creating systems, I think you need to have enough hands-on experience at whatever it is you're doing, so that you can find the best way to achieve the desired result. Whether it's a customer satisfaction system, so that you have the highest percentage of customer satisfaction, and you can systemize so that all of the milestones in the communication between you and the customer have been identified, and you identify certain events that happen at each milestone. That becomes your customer care system. So in my business, in my advertising business, for example, one milestone might be, I create a customer care system, and one milestone might be when a new client signs a contract. So when that event happens, I make sure that a certain event follows that milestone, and they receive like a gift from me, maybe a professional letter that invites them, has my signature on it, invites them to lays out the expectations for the project ahead, and invites them to communicate with me anytime they have any questions, and then maybe I send them like a Starbucks gift card.
Yeah.
So that's an example of something that adds that professional touch in a way that we can deliver a great result consistently, because even though that it might be like a web design business, this is a way that we can stand head and shoulders above other web design businesses, because there's a serious problem where after the contract is signed between the contractor and the client, the communication drops off after that. And that's a big complaint that clients have when they work with contractors in businesses like that. So we identified that need, identified that problem, and instilled a system in place, identified these milestones of communication so that we can deliver an excellent result consistently.
Well, and that's it's funny because you said so much in there. My brain's now spinning, which is great, and that's epic. And the thing I was thinking about, so a couple things real quick. One, it's great that you did that for systems, and when you were talking about it, all I could think about was the concept, that Dan Kennedy talks about. I mean, I forget if it's called the big thunk or whatever, but where you basically, if you have somebody who is a large value contract, you FedEx them something the day after they sign the contract to boom, you FedEx them basically a thank you box, that sort of thing, so that they know how much you care, and it's more about setting yourself apart, which is the concept I really want our viewers to get, to get out of that whole thing. Whether you got the money or not to do, a big package or a FedEx or something like that, find something that you can do in your current, and Danny, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it sounds like what you're saying is find something you can do in your current business that your other competitors are not doing, that you do for your clients, that sets you apart. Whether it's a letter, whether it's opening a line of communication, whether it's giving a private call-in number, just something that your competitors aren't doing that immediately sets you apart from the competition and immediately cements in the competition, or immediately cements in your client's mind that you are the right person to work with. Is that kind of where you're coming from?
In that aspect, as far as differentiation, yes. it's a way to, I mean, we can say, yes, we design better websites than the other guy, but then, they're going to say the same thing about me, and who's really telling the truth? But if we're talking about differentiation here, and then I want to kind of tackle this as a two-part question. So first I'll focus on differentiation. This kind of goes back into the idea of unique propositions and putting forth things that make your business unique. So it could be a unique sales proposition. It could be a unique experience proposition. So that's like when you go to Disneyland and everything is tailored to evoke a certain emotion from the moment you arrive, a certain feeling. That's an experience proposition. That experience you get when you go to Disneyland. It could be a unique offer proposition if you have a really compelling offer. It could be a unique safety proposition. So if you offer a double money back guarantee, that's another way to separate yourself from your competitors.
Right.
So there are different ways of being unique, and one of the most obvious and still overlooked ways is to excel through service. And the second part of that question I want to add is, if you're going to create systems like this, let me ask you if you've ever been in like a situation where maybe you had an argument with someone, or maybe you had some heated conversation, and 30 minutes later you're driving in the car and you're thinking, oh, I should have said that. Oh, I should have said that instead of this. Or maybe you were in an interview or something and you said, I wish I had said that instead. When you have those aha moments, those become the things that you install in the system for next time. So whenever you have like something that you identify as like, oh, I should have done this, like you're going to probably do it wrong the first time. It's not going to be optimal. But then you say, oh, that would have been great if I had done this. Then you document that and you put that into the system.
Epic. That is, and I think that's a great place, because as you all can tell, Danny's got much more information in the book and in other areas about creating systems. I think it's an epic place to leave, and the kind of the note I like to wrap up the create systems section on is whenever that aha moment hits, what you want to think is the next time I will versus I wish or I should. I wish and I should are very closed comments and make you feel very upset. I will, next time I will is a very empowering comment. But Danny, you hit the nail on the head. I can't tell you how many times, even in my own business, it's like, okay, okay, what, oh geez, next time, this didn't happen right this time, so next time, I will, next time I will do this. So, and that kind of leads us into, I think, a little bit, maybe it's a stretch, but we'll go there anyway, into leverage.
To watch the rest of this epic episode now, click on the link below the video. Do it now, you'll be glad you did. Are you still here? What are you waiting for? Watch the rest of this epic episode now by clicking on the link below the video.